What's going on, everybody? Here we go. Come on. Fill up those like meters, boys. Tap those likes. Hit that subscribe. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day, guys, and we're back for another live stream today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's start getting ready, start smashing those likes wherever you're at. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, IG, X, wherever you're at. Make sure you are smashing those likes. Whoa. And let's get ready to rock and roll, guys. The market is pumping. Bitcoin has had a major blast off price action. We're going to be covering what happened, why is it happening, where could Bitcoin be heading next, are altcoins going to have a Santa rally before Christmas, what is going on with Night, why is it down 58%? Let's start off with the basics here, guys. Night, aka midnight, the token, the biggest token airdrop happening for Cardano finally has come out, and guess what? It's down 58% on the day. Is it because of Bitcoin or anything else? No, guys. It's because when there's ever a massive airdrop like midnight, where a bunch of people are getting a bunch of money out those airdrops, the minute it goes live, you better be awake to take some profits, because that is going to happen every single time. This is why airdrops suck in the short term, because they just are a massive pump and dump, right? They just dump it straight down. Now, can Night have a recovery and start pushing up higher as it starts to actually gain momentum? Absolutely. So am I bearish on midnight? No. But am I buying it right now? Maybe. Yeah, I got to think about it. Not so much of a, not a big surprise here that we're dumping. So over on Bitcoin, why is Bitcoin rallying the way it is? It's up over 4% today. We tapped $94,540 today before pulling back down to 93.9. And even though that's not a real big pullback at all, are we going to continue pumping higher, or are we heading lower? So let's jump right into the chat, not into the chat. We'll come into the chat here in just a second. So guys, overall, what happened here, right? Massive amounts of liquidations. Look at this major just blast off, skyrocket. Feels like we're back in the bull market, right? Well, last night during the Asia trading session, we came down to this previous day low, this 89.5, swept this area, and then pretty much chopped sideways throughout the entire London session. And in the New York session, we actually faked out a potential reversal drop to the downside twice. We swept the Asia high, another major sweep of the Asia high, and guess what? Still skyrocketed to the upside. If we looked at the 4-hour, like we were looking at in the Crypto Citadel, we were very concerned, right? Even though we were looking for that pullback, we were very concerned that all these 4-hour candles were having major wicks to the downside, holding very strong support here on this weekly and monthly open level around 90,200, 90,300. And without a matter of fact, boom, instant blast off, ran it all the way up to 94.5. Now we have closed an hourly and half an hour, and on the hourly below 2 hourlies below the previous week high of 94,200. That is a reversal signal to the downside that we are overextended. We could be pulling back, looking for at least a push back down towards this previous day high of 92,300. But along the way, we do have the yearly open. We are finally above the yearly open for 2025 of 93,300 that we have not seen in a very, very long time. Bitcoin has not been above this yearly open. We were above it in a short, brief period of time on the 1 hour for December 3rd, and then we got instantly rejected. Before that was back on November 18th, briefly above it for a few weeks, and right back down we went, right? So it is very, very important and a key level to stay above this yearly open if we're going to continue pushing higher later this month, right? Not just today, not just this week, but later this month, if we are going to realistically keep pushing further up, right, towards that 100K plus area, we need to stay above this yearly open. We need to hold that $93,371 to be exact. If we do not, things could be in trouble for Bitcoin coming back down, right? So let me jump into the chat here before we continue doing any more analysis. Let's jump into the chat. Let's say what's up to some people. Let's see how everybody's doing here. Let's jump on over to Instagram here. Holding shorts in ETH after such a bearish candle. Crypto pumped. When do you think it's going to stop? Well, it's all going to depend on Bitcoin, right? It's all going to depend on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is pulling back right now. ETH has blasted off. We were in a very tight consolidation here all yesterday and today, right? Just massive sideways consolidation between 3,000 and 3,100. And we finally had the big breakout today with Bitcoin, and we're blasting off currently at 33.71. So overall, we still have targets up at 3,900 for Ethereum. But before we get there, we got to know where Bitcoin's going. Let's jump back here into the chat. Let's see what's up, everybody. Good to see you, Justin. Good to see you, Unsafe. Mindy Bugs, Nick. Good to see all of you guys in here smashing those likes. Let's jump on over here. How long will Bitcoin go in December? We'll cover that in just a second. MLB. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate all of you guys over here on TikTok smashing those likes. Crash tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow is the FOMC meeting. Tomorrow is the FOMC meeting. We could be baking in these big moves before pulling back down lower. So definitely be careful, guys. Right now, keep smashing those likes. Everybody on TikTok, appreciate all of you guys. What's going on? Paul Sampson in the house. What is going on? That's a new handle. That's a new handle there, Paul Sampson. You tricked me there for a second. I almost thought I was a scammer. What's going on, Damon? The robe trader. What's going on, man? Good to see all of you guys. No robe today. We got to stay protected, man. The markets are hot. El Caliente. El Caliente. FOMO. Yeah, FOMO-C meeting. Yeah, for sure. Definitely lots of FOMO. So, major move to the upside here. Nice sweep of the previous week high. So, as you guys know, we had to take the short. We had to take the short, guys. So, if you guys already know, so you're telling me there's a chance, right? We saw this big move to the upside. The shorts opportunity was going to be at this previous week high. We took it when we started to see these candles close below it. And so far, it's been playing out. And, I'm going to continue holding this short to the downside, looking for this previous day high. Can we dump lower tomorrow? We will see. But definitely got to take some profits here when the time is right. Got to be aggressive on these trades. Market has been extremely choppy here overall. Let's see here. Sell link if I'm breaking even on it. Guys, all right. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to tell you what to buy, what to sell, none of that, right? I'm just a trader like everybody else. I do have a long-term portfolio, yada, yada. I've been in crypto since 2017, yada. You guys know the spiel. Right? But for all the new people out here, I'm not one of those people telling you it's time to buy the dip, sell this and buy this. That's not me, guys. I'm not here to give you FOMO and none of that BS and give you hopes and dreams, right? I'm here to crush your dreams with reality, baby. So the reality is Chainlink. Let's go take a look at Chainlink here. The reality is Chainlink has a lot of bullish fundamentals, right? They're very, very bullish fundamentally. They're doing an amazing job with everything that they're building. They're connected to almost every single blockchain possible, real world institution trying to get on. They're connecting with Swift. They're doing it all, right? They're doing it all. Now, the problem here with Chainlink is that the price doesn't reflect all those bullish fundamentals. But overall, Chainlink is in this nice little support zone, right? Above $13 right now. We are in its previous 2-month, 60-day range. We do have a 60-day NPOC up at $17 for Chainlink to push towards the upside. Meanwhile, we stay above this green zone here. And if we do, right, we do have a few other targets here. Actually, we can take these targets out of the way. Tap, tap, tap. Take this. Take this. So we don't really actually have a lot of targets to the upside, besides the fact that if we break out above $19, we re-enter the previous quarter range, right? And then our big deal is getting above $29. Getting above $29, that was the all-time high, the local all-time high for December 2024. I know that's not the total all-time high, guys. It was just the local high of 2024 was this $29 to $30 price point. We need to start claiming and getting above that if we're ever going to see any big pushes to some historical levels between 47 and 53. Now, is that going to happen in the next month, in the next quarter? Probably not, right? We're going to have to experience a very, very bullish altcoin season to see anything like that. And nothing is more bullish than what it was in 2024. And Chainlink still was not able to get above 29. So is Chainlink a decent buy at these levels? For me personally, yes, at these levels right now and lower, absolutely. Is Chainlink going to go to $100 or $1,000 and make everybody rich? No, it's not. That's just not realistic here in the short term at all. Let's keep following up here. How about XRP? Everybody wants to know about the XRP. Let's go take a look at XRP. Okay. XRP, it's in the game. So XRP here, very steep downtrend in the last couple of months overall following this, right? We are currently at 215. We're trying to fight these targets here around 220. We realistically need to break out of this previous month range above 237 to potentially break this downtrend. We do have a possible gold pocket up here, or is possible gold pocket. Either we have it or we don't. Where is this gold pocket lined up to? I don't remember where I drew this gold pocket from, but let's do it again. Boom. We do it over here. Yeah. Go to the liquidation. Down to the liquidation. Yeah, so right now we're fighting this 382 fib, right? We're fighting these levels here at 220. We need to get above 237 for XRP in the short to midterm to be able to run for this 281 to 288 area for XRP. Overall, XRP is still in a major trend, in a major range all of 2024. I mean, all of 2025, we've just been ranging between $2 and about, 296. Very brief period in time that we extend above that at 365 and then fell back in and rotated this yearly range. So we need to really break out above 293 to start breaking out of the 2025 range and be able to push up a lot higher for XRP. Now, if XRP is continuing to push to the downside, if Bitcoin dumps back down, right, and overall we continue to see more bearish momentum for altcoins and Bitcoin alike, the targets to the downside for XRP are 177 to 113 to the downside if we lose this $2 area of support for XRP. Let's go take a look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin is trying to push back up. Push down, baby. Push it down. Push it down. Send it back down. Send it back down. All the way down. That's right, guys. I want Bitcoin to dump. I'm in a short and I want to print. Once Bitcoin goes above 102, then I'll say we are in a bull market. So, Timo, that's a good idea, right? I understand why you're saying that, but you have to be very careful here. If we zoom out on Bitcoin more on the daily side, there are a lot of things that could get you to think that, yes, once we're above 102, we are solid, we are good to go. Now, one thing to note is that the yearly and quarterly is going to be ending here at the end of this month. So the yearly VWAP and quarterly VWAP will be reset at the end of this month here. But before then, if we run up, we need to be very aware that the yearly VWAP is sitting around the 103.6 and the quarterly VWAP is sitting up at 106. So this whole area between 103 to about 106 is going to be critical resistance for Bitcoin and could push Bitcoin back down. We also have a gold pocket at 100,400. We also have a weekly average at 98. And we have a few other things that are looking as resistance between 98 to about 104, $105,000. So we very, very careful with that area. Don't just become instantly bullish because we reclaimed the $100,000 price point. It doesn't just mean that we're blasting off, we're going to the moon. Bull market is back on. So just to be aware, I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm just saying be careful. It all depends on the context of when we get back above 100. If we get back above 100 starting next year, right, when these VWAPs have reset, things could be a little different. There are some other areas to be looking at that we will have better data. And obviously, it's exclusive to the Citadel right now, but it's going to be more of a determining factor of when we get above 100. When do we get above 100 will tell us a better idea of whether we can hold it and continue pushing higher, or is it just going to be a bull trap and get everybody wrecked starting quarter 1. I'm a holder, so I won't be mad if the market crashes again because I'll just DCA. Yeah, 100%. When being a trader, you can't just ignore your long-term portfolio. Being just a trader and not having a long-term portfolio to hold in crypto seems crazy to me, right? Seems crazy that people wouldn't want to hold and build a long-term portfolio, right? The 2 portfolio model is the best model. You have your long-term holds that you've been building over time. As you begin to trade and you're actively trading, that becomes your cash flow, where those profits that you make from your day-to-day trades, your swing trades, your leverage trades, you filter that profit into your long-term portfolio and you continue to grow that long-term portfolio on the big, large dips, the big crashes, the big pullbacks, right? Not these little tiny mini dips, the big ones, the ones like we were down at 80,000 and lower. That's when you start accumulating again. And that's how you do it. You do it by having 2 portfolios, one that feeds the other so that it can continue to grow over time. Which app do you use to calculate leverage? I use WEEX, guys. I'm trading on futures on WEEX right now. That is where the Crypto Citadel community is trading. Oh, and talking about the Crypto Citadel community, guys, if you guys don't already know, I'm about to put you on some game. I'm about to put you on some game here. And if you don't know what it is, it's, let me actually, where are thou? Let me do profile. Here we go. If you go to my profiles, that's right. What you see right here is not lying to you. A free trading 101 webinar. I'm going to be hosting one this Sunday, guys. This Sunday. If you guys want to join me this Sunday on a 1 to 2 hour webinar going over trading basics that you guys need to start understanding so you'll be able to start reading charts, so you guys can start actually being active in chart analysis, make sure you join this. It is absolutely 100% free. It's going to be on this Sunday. So make sure you go to the link in my profile and click on it and RSVP so I know how many people are going. There are limited seats. So make sure you guys are joining for free right now. It is going to be happening this Sunday. So make sure you guys get in there. Going to be giving you a full breakdown of what is happening in the Crypto Citadel, trading strategies, things to be looking for in the markets, resistance, support, and how to identify these and how to make it actionable, right? Whether you want to be a leverage trader or not, even if you just want to be a spot trader and you're just looking to analyze the market so that you know when to buy at better support, at better, and then when not to buy at these resistance levels when everybody's FOMOing into the market. Just being able to chart without even actively trading is super beneficial to you guys in the long term. So make sure you guys are joining in for that. That is going to be happening this Sunday. So make sure you're going to the link in the profile, in the description, wherever you're at, and start RSVPing your slot. What is your opinion on buying large caps right now, like ETH and Solana? Well, I wouldn't be buying Ethereum right now, guys. Ethereum right now is at 3,300, right? If you weren't buying when it was below 3,000, like how it was a month ago, right? Not even a month ago, less than a month ago. On November 21st, we were down at 2,600. We came down to that large time macro gold pocket. If you weren't interested in buying Ethereum below 3,000, I wouldn't be buying it now that we're above 3,000. Why do I say that? Crusader, do you think that Ethereum is not going to continue performing and pushing higher? Yes, I do. Just me personally, I wouldn't be doing it because my investment strategy is very different than most of you guys. Most of you guys have bought the grand majority of your Ethereum above 2,000. I've bought all of my Ethereum below 2,000, right? I've been dollar cost averaging Ethereum since back in 2018 when we were at $80. So am I interested in buying Ethereum at 3K plus? No. But is it Is it bad for people that are just getting in right now? Absolutely not, right? The first time I ever bought Ethereum was back in 2017 when we had when Ethereum had just reached around 290. That was a big local high at that point in time. At the point in time, it was like an all-time high, right? For Ethereum. That's when I first started buying. And obviously, I spent years dollar cost averaging down to $80 and as throughout the bear market of 2018 and 2019. But most people are coming in now, and you're going to be buying those tops as well. So can Ethereum pump to $4,000 to $6,000 if we have another leg up in the market? If Bitcoin does have another big push towards all-time highs and higher? Yes, absolutely. Is it going to make you a boatload of money? Probably not. Your best case is you're doubling up, right? Best case is that you're doubling up. Now, if you're a long-term investor, you're going to be holding this thing for the next 5 to 10 years, then, you know, you do you. You do whatever you think is most comfortable to your portfolio. I just personally would not be buying on green days. I buy on red days, guys. I don't buy when things are looking bullish. I buy when things are looking extremely bearish. When things are in the red, that is when you should be looking to buy. Bacon Sandwich, what's going on, brother? Third Patriot, what's going on, man? Good to see you. What is your, okay, yeah, Ethereum. What is your opinion on large caps like ETH and Solana? Yeah, Solana definitely can continue running as well. 100% has targets well above $300. You know, above 300. You know, it's dicey at that point in time. Very difficult to say that Ethereum's going to go. I mean, Solana's going to go to $1,000. A lot of that, you know, could change in the future as Solana is doing more things outside of the meme coin space. But the meme coin space is what took Solana to $300, right? Solana hit $300 when Trump launched his meme coins and literally completely congested the network. That is what launched Solana's price to 300. So if you're looking for fundamental bullish events, it's going to be very, very difficult to do anything more fundamentally bullish than having the United States president launching a meme coin and literally knocking down or congesting your network. Very difficult to do. But overall, Solana is moving into tokenized stocks and trading of stock markets and doing some pretty cool things that could eventually down the line take it a little bit higher. Now, let's jump over here to Instagram. Let's see. If you short Bitcoin, what's your invalidation zone? Well, if we start getting back above the previous week high, right, we start closing hourlies or whatever above this previous week high of 94,200, the short is invalidated and it's most likely going to continue climbing up higher. That's the invalidation for the Bitcoin short. I got rid of most of my ETH at the high, only kept 1/4. Good job, Leo. Taking profits is taking profits, man. There's nothing wrong with taking profits. Absolutely nothing. Some people must see that comment and be like, you sold your Ethereum. What are you talking about, dude? It's going to go to 6K. Well, if he sold, like he said, at the top, right, most of it at the top, near that $4,000 or $5,000 price point, it was like 4,900 or whatever it was, 4,800 that we hit. If he sold around there, we've dropped almost 50%, coming down to 2,600. He could reallocate back to Ethereum and still have a giant chunk of money, right? Still buy up all the Ethereum he sold for half price and still have half his profits on the sidelines. He could reallocate to something else, right? And continue to grow his portfolio. So there's nothing wrong with taking profits, guys. Taking profits is the most critical lesson people need to learn when being an investor. Can you just go over key levels for Bitcoin that we need to watch? Missed it if you showed. We'll cover Bitcoin levels here in just a second. Leo the Realtor, Crypto Citadel is fire. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Holding shorts in ETH. Yeah, we covered that already. All right, let's jump over here. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Tau halving about to happen. Oh, is it? Oh, I forgot about that. Tau is having its halving event. So let's go take a look at BitTensor Tau here. BitTensor Tau currently well below its decent support zone of $300. We're just starting to reclaim that now. We have been living down here in the low 200s, or I should say mid 200s, 250, 270 area. We dropped as low as 253 on November 30th. We're starting to climb back above here. We do have targets to the upside for this previous month range between 366 all the way up to 392 for BIT Tensor Tau. Major resistance here at this 481. Very brief period in time back in October, beginning November, that we break out of it on its own all the way up to 539, almost filling this entire gold pocket before getting rejected and pulling back, never hitting our yearly pivot of 617. But still has a chance. Still has a chance. But in the short term, targets to the upside are 366 to 392. And if we continue heading lower, targets to the downside are between 216 to 142 for BIT Tensor Tau. Let's see here. Good to see all of you guys. Appreciate all of you guys smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Make sure I'm not missing anybody in the chat here. Leo says, I definitely reallocated. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Taking profits, waiting for a pullback, and then once again, reallocating, regrowing that portfolio. Bitcoin making a push back here towards this previous week high. Our short could be cooked. It could be getting cooked, guys. Our short could be getting cooked here on this 1 hour push to the upside. We shall see. Are we going to just retest that previous week high, get rejected, and drop back down? That would be phenomenal. That would be ideal is what we're looking for here, right? We broke out. We got rejected. We fell down. Now we're coming back up. If we retest this area once again and still close back below it, still get rejected again, that would be the breakout, retest, boom. We're coming down faster and harder. Will Solana hit 270 again? What are your thoughts? Let's go take a look at Solana. Solana, make way, make way. Solana USD. Why did my Solana chart disappear? Very frustrating. Okay, nope, not my chart. Yep, right here. All right, so Solana overall sitting on some nice support here around 131. Fib to the downside, holding that as support, still within the November range, hitting most of its targets between 137. Next big target to the upside is 147. If we break out of the November range and start pushing back into the October range, we do have targets of 190 to 193. Above that, our big targets are 221 to 239. And then what was the question up to? The question was 270. Yeah, 270 would be once we start getting above this 239, we do have targets all the way up between 270 to 293 to the upside, running for that all-time high. But trust me, we got a long way to go before we hit 270 for Solana. It's really going to be all hyper dependent on Bitcoin and what Bitcoin will be doing here. Is Bitcoin going to push to 100K plus and hold that area? And if it can hold above 100 and start closing and getting bullish again above $100,000, then that means that the Bitcoin market could Bitcoin itself could be pushing the market up higher into 2026 in Q1, right? There is a possibility for a big 50% move in Q1 of 2026. But right now we're waiting for Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is at 94.1. We're looking to see if we retest this 94.2. If we get above it, we're going higher. If we get rejected from it, we could be pushing back down lower here. This is the perfect retest scenario to come and push back down lower, but we shall see. If it reclaims, this short is invalidated and we will be going up higher. Have I missed you speak about XRP already? Yes, Charlie, you have. I'll circle back to XRP in a second. Just keep smashing those likes and filling up those like meters over here on TikTok. Hype. Let's go take a look at Hype. Somebody asked me in the Crypto Citadel about Hype this morning. We literally just did a chart on it. Let's see. Is this the chart? No. Is it on KuCoin? Nope. Where is my Hype chart? Mixie? Yeah. Okay. So this is the little chart I have here. Kind of ugly. Need to find a better chart. But overall, Downtrend confirmed. We are pulling down to the downside. Right? We've been crawling down the last 2 months. If we continue pushing lower, next big target to the downside would be $18. Right, that's a very large drop to the downside. Now, if we can get back above $32 for hype, we do have a 2-month 60-day NPLC up at 38.95. That is our next big target to the upside if hype can get back into its previous 60-day range. If not, and we continue crawling down, right, slowly but surely zipping its way down, 18.35 at this next big target to the downside. Let's keep an eye here on Biddy, see what Biddy is doing. Continue smashing those likes. Near Protocol. I haven't looked at Near Protocol in such a long time. I don't even think my chart is anywhere near updated. Let's see here. Yeah, look at this. Last time I looked at this thing was May 2025. Jeez. All right. Let's get the show rocking and rolling here. So all right, let's get the developing yearly range. Let's get, where is January? Boom. To the end of November. Perfect. Let's get any quarterlies. Nope. Any monthlies. Perfect. There we go. I have to turn my magnet off. All right, pretty simple chart here for good old Near Protocol. We are currently below its yearly developing range. We're pretty much at some very steep lows here from the last 2 years. Next big target to the downside, next big low for 2023 is down at 96 cents. So if we're just going to drop forever, we are looking for an area somewhere around 98 cents to the downside. But assuming we're going to have some type of recovery to the upside at some point, if we can get back into this yearly developing range, right? First target is 223. Next big target that's developing is around 245. Now that is the year that will put us back in the yearly range of 2025. If we break out above the yearly range, above $3, our targets to the upside are between $3.66 to $4 in the short term before potentially running for much higher targets. I don't want to get overexcited about some big historical targets here because we did a pretty decent rally in December of 2024, all the way up to $8. And since then, we've been nothing but dump city. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at there for good old Near Protocol. What's the vest for? Burrito Bandito, the vest is to keep us protected from these major liquidations, man. From the major liquidations, my friend. These markets are spicy right now. They are hot, right? Things are we gotta be very careful. We gotta stay protected at all times. Always use protection when trading, guys. Always use protection when trading. What's the best crypto to buy today? Sean Samaro. Great question, brother. So, love from Portugal. Good to see you, Costa. Appreciate that. So, best altcoin to buy, very, very subjective, right? Very subjective. It all depends on your risk tolerance, right? If we're talking about top 5, top 10 altcoins, right? We're talking outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're looking at things like, not XRP. XRP is garbage, but, some people like it. So, it's in the top 10. XRP, BNB, Solana, right? Things like, Dogecoin, Cardano, right? Low risk, but you're not going to be getting a lot of reward from these either, right? So it really depends on your risk tolerance in crypto. The lower you go in market cap, the more potential, right? We got Sui, we got Avalanche here in the top 20, top 21s, give or take, that are pretty much in the dumps, but could have very big price targets to the upside. Other ones that we're looking at here for potential big moves to the upside, BitTensor Tau. We got Uniswap only getting more and more bullish every single day with the more upgrades that Ethereum itself is getting. We have other things like Aerodrome, Ondo, which are way down in this Morpho, another DeFi play on the base network, virtual protocol, right? So it really depends on your risk tolerance and how low you want to go in market cap for some of these altcoins. But once again, the altcoins of 2024, 2025 are not guaranteed to be making all-time highs in 2026. Some of them won't. A lot of them won't. Some of them will, right? And well, if we are going to experience another leg up in the market, another bull market, as some people would say, in 2026, I am pretty certain we will see a lot of new altcoins, just how we saw Aster come out of nowhere a couple of months ago and a few others. There's going to be a new wave of altcoins that will come out as well that will probably have better chances of having those big pushes, but they come with a whole lot more risk, right? A lot more unknowns of what these projects are. So it really depends what sectors you want to be in. Are you interested in the AI sector? Are you interested in the DeFi sector? Are you interested in real world assets? Do you want to go low market cap, high risk, high reward? You want to keep it low risk, low reward, but slow and steady, something you can build in dollar cost average for many years, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so forth. Really, really depends on your risk tolerance. What's going on, Eddie Parker? Good to see you, brother. What wallets are you following for your day-to-day coin trading? So my trading, guys, number one thing you guys need to do is get hardware wallets, right? Like Tangem or Arculus or Trezor or Ledger, whatever it is. You need hardware wallets for your long-term portfolio. Do not keep your long-term portfolio on any hot wallet like MetaMask or any other wallet out there in general that is a wallet that is an app on your phone. Keep everything in a hardware wallet, in a cold storage wallet, right? Something that has your keys, that you actually have your keys to. Do not keep things in your hot wallet. Your hot wallet can be hacked. Do not keep things on centralized exchanges. Exchanges get shut down, go bankrupt, and your assets will be theirs to liquidate, and you will be wrecked. So do not leave anything on your exchanges at all. Now, I have all my long-term stuff in me hardware wallets, and my trading portfolio, right? Just what I'm trading with, which I trade with between $1,000 to $2,000 per trade. That small amount is what I keep on the trading exchange as like WEEX to actively be trading. And I pull my profits out every week, every month, and I pull my profits out and I put them in my either long-term storage or, I off-ramp it, whatever it is that I'm doing. But I don't keep it on there. I don't keep it on the exchanges. So we are going to be doing some Tangem wallet giveaways. I've got like 4 Tangem wallets. As you guys can all see here, I got a bunch of Tangem wallets. We're going to be doing Tangem wallet giveaways to members in the Crypto Citadel. So make sure you guys are joining the Crypto Citadel. Also, forgot to mention, we are going to be doing a live free trading webinar on this Sunday, right? This Sunday coming up now. I forget what day it is. We are going to be doing it. You can sign up for free. Go to the link in my profile, in my bio. Go to my link tree, and you'll see here free trading 101 webinar. Click on there and RSVP and sign up as soon as possible. There are limited spots, so make sure you guys join for free. If you haven't already, RSVP for Sunday. And people will be eligible to be getting a Tangem hardware wallet. So make sure you guys are joining the Crypto Citadel if you haven't already, where you get trading signals, day trades, swing trades, daily live trading sessions, analysis on all your altcoins, macro and daily trade setups, and much more. Exclusive indicators that I'm producing. I'm about to release 2 more trading indicators. I have 1 big trading indicator that does a lot already, and now I'm going to be about to be releasing 2 new trading indicators to the Crypto Citadel community as well. That is something that I do on my spare time, develop new indicators, new strategies, right? One is going to be a scalp trading strategy as an indicator that will help you, and the other one is a little bit more complicated. Will be discussed at a later time. Eddie Parker says, join, awesome group to be in, great info daily. Appreciate that, Eddie Parker. Appreciate that. Mar, what's going on? Good to see you. When will Bitcoin go up? Well, Bitcoin is going up. Bitcoin has been going up. Bitcoin had a major blast off today from 90,000 all the way up to 94,500. Now we're just kind of trading sideways here below the previous week high. Could potentially be pulling back a little bit. Tomorrow is the FOMC meeting, so expect a lot of volatility, a lot of whiplash back and forth and sideways overall in these crypto markets in the next 24 or 48 hours. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Let's see here, make sure I'm not missing anybody. If you delete the wallet app, it turns cold. No, that's not how it works. Great logic. I see how it is. How you think, right? It's hot because it's on the phone. If I turn it off, then it's cold. Nope, that's definitely not how it works. And it also doesn't turn cold if you put it in your refrigerator or freezer. It does not make it cold storage just because you put your phone or your wallet in the freezer. Guys, that does not make it cold storage. Appreciate all you guys smashing those likes. Guys, that's got pretty much all I got for you guys today so far. Make sure you guys are joining the Crypto Citadel for the free trading webinar. If you're interested in learning how to potentially just read charts and put things on the chart so you can analyze levels of where price could be going, resistance, support. Not that you're going to be becoming a day trader off this webinar, but you will be getting the skills to be able to read charts and find support, find resistance that will help you build your long-term portfolios a lot better than just blindly buying every single dip. The link is in the profile. Make sure you go over there and sign up. It is absolutely free. You're not losing anything by going and showing up for an hour and learning something that can definitely help you move up in the game as a better investor, a better analyst, and just overall better. So, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day. I'll see you in the Crypto Citadel. See ya.